Hey guys, Ethan Moore from Stockroom Supply with James Barry from Trent. Now, we're at the Wood Turning Symposium in Portland, Oregon. And James, I've been hearing rumors that you have been sharpening things beyond razor sharp. I've been hearing scary sharp.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Okay, so when you're basically sharpening a tool and you've got it up to the stage where you've been working on something like 1,000 grit diamond stone, and you'll find that you're getting a razor shaving edge on there. If you want to progress and polish and hone using a leather strop, you can actually achieve an exceptional edge. Now, as you all know, there's a lot of hones and polishes and rouges out there on the market. I've been using them for years. I haven't quite found, until a couple of years ago, something that was actually achieving what I wanted. I wanted to achieve a really bright polish quickly, and also to give a very, very fine final hone. So that's why it's just taken me 2 years to develop this mirror paste, which everybody's calling a wow paste or a scary paste.
Well, it's amazing. Just looking at the edges.
I'll just show you how quickly this works. So just using the leather, we've got a coarse side on this leather, and that's a very fine side. There's obviously a lot of different leathers out there on the market, but at least that one's quite firm and solid, which is good. So
That's the one that you guys sell.
correct. So I'm just going to use some of this paste, and I'm going to apply some to the middle of the coarse side. I use the coarse side because it seems to wrap around the tool and wrap around the edge, and it seems to be a lot more effective than just putting it on the fine side. You'll find a lot of people say to me, like, you know, do we have to cover the whole thing with paste? You don't, because you'll find that whatever you're sharpening will just cover that through.
Gotcha.
And over a period of time, you will find that that will actually load the leather. So you're using less and less paste as you're going along. So I'll just show you, let's say on a gouge to start with, we've got the leather, we've got the paste on the leather, and if I just work this through, you'll see as you begin to work it, that it begins to turn dark, which means that you're really beginning to get that paste to do the work. And the whole idea of this is that I want this to be quick and effective, because I want to get on with doing work.
So that's turning dark because you're actually removing material.
Correct. I turn that over onto the blank side, and then we just give this the final polish, 2 or 3 light strokes, and then we turn that over and everybody goes, wow.
That's amazing.
What about a knife?
Can you do a knife?
So, that is not just polishing, that is also putting the final hone on.
That's scary sharp, as they're saying.
Scary sharp. So you can see with things like your plane blades or knives, a lot of people ask me, believe it or not, and it might be useful for you, this is, a lot of people ask me about cutthroat razors. If you don't use one, I suggest you start.
Noted.
So what I'm going to do is, I'll show you working from the diamond stone very quickly. How I would do something like a cutthroat razor. 1,000 grit diamond, I take it on one side, and we're coming in here, and I take this slowly down one side of the blade. You can see I'm not applying pressure, I'm just letting the diamond do the work. So we're coming here, and if you actually just slightly move your hips as you're doing it, you find it's easier to do that stroke. Then you're following the blade all the way around to the tip, which is important, which is where some people make the mistake of whipping it through and they miss the end of the blade. That will have put a shaving edge on, but when we shave your beard off in a second, I'm going to put a bit more paste on here now. That's plenty. Work this through. You obviously have to work the blade in that direction with the paste, because I did it on the other way I do it on the diamond stone, you're just going to cut into the leather. So I turn that over, this side is blank, so I'm doing my first removal there, and now I'm going to go onto the blank piece of leather totally. Now apart from, you can see scary sharp coming through on that polish. I'm just going to turn that over, because a lot of people will say that when you actually look at the edge of a blade, if you can't see it, you know it's sharp.
Well, you can't see that.
And what we'll do is, I'm not necessarily going to shave, Ethan,
I appreciate that.
as much as I'd like to, but you'll see that this is the sort of edge that we're achieving on there, which is gliding through the paper as opposed to cutting it.
Amazing.
Yes, I'm very blessed.
Thank you, James. If anyone has any questions on the mirror paste, do you have something you want to add, James, or no? You're good. If anyone has questions on the mirror paste, email me at info@stockroomsupply.com or comment on the video. Thank you, guys. I'm letting you go.